They told you to be a good person. They told you that if you work hard and play fair, the system will reward you. They told you that to get ahead, you just need to catch a lucky break. They lied. That entire narrative is a fiction, a comfortable story designed to keep you passive, to keep you waiting, to keep you weak. Look at the men who actually run the world. Look at the names on the buildings. Are they lucky? No. They are strategic. They are formidable. 5 centuries ago, in the blood-soaked chaos of Renaissance Italy, a political scientist named Niccolo Machiavelli wrote a forbidden book. In it, he laid bare the operating system of power, a secret that has been intentionally misunderstood for centuries. This secret has nothing to do with luck or inheritance. He argued that true, lasting power, the kind that builds empires, is not given. It is forged. It is a cultivated internal technology he called virtù, or prowess. This is the forgotten key. This is the principle that separates the architects of history from the debris swept away by chance. Those who rely on fortune, he warned, are building their house on quicksand. You are here because you are tired of watching less talented, more aggressive men take what should be yours. In this video, we will strip away the weakness of hope and install the operating system of kings. You will learn to stop waiting for luck and start building your own indestructible foundation of power. Section 1. Phase 1. The religion of luck. The modern world is built on a religion for the weak. It is called fortuna, fortune. We are taught to worship its idols: the lottery winner, the viral overnight success, the celebrity born into a dynasty. The message is a poison dripped into your ear from birth. Greatness is something that happens to you. It is a gift from an invisible hand. This mindset is a psychological cage. It breeds envy and helplessness. It teaches you to buy a lottery ticket instead of building a business. It tells you to hope for a promotion instead of systematically becoming so valuable that the promotion is a tactical necessity for your employer. It reduces your life's grand strategy to a game of roulette. You become a passive spectator in the arena of your own life. To understand the alternative, you must understand Machiavelli's world. Renaissance Italy was not stable. It was a violent chessboard of warring city-states and mercenary armies that sold their loyalty to the highest bidder. A man could be a duke one day and a corpse the next. Fortune wasn't an idea. It was a visceral daily force. A plague, a bad harvest, a new pope. These were the storms that wrecked empires overnight. In this crucible of chaos, Machiavelli saw that the first to fall were always the ones who got lucky. They were soft, unprepared, unable to adapt when the winds of fortune inevitably changed. He identified the 2 great warring forces that shape every destiny. The first is fortuna. This is not just luck. It is every variable outside your direct control. The economy, a technological shift, a chance meeting, an unexpected illness. Fortuna is the raging, unpredictable river of reality that will either carry you to ruin or to glory. Most men are content to be helplessly swept along by this river, but Machiavelli identified a second, more powerful force: virtù, prowess. Prowess is everything you can control. It is your discipline, your strategic mind, your courage, your skills, your resilience, and your absolute will to impose your vision onto the world. While fortuna is the storm, virtù is the warship you build to navigate it. It is the dam you construct to tame the river. The central, world-breaking secret of Machiavelli's work is this: while fortune may influence your starting position, prowess determines whether you finish the game. He who has relied least on fortune, Machiavelli wrote, is established the strongest. This is not a platitude. It is a strategic command. Section 2. Phase 2. The Prince's Dilemma. Machiavelli was not a theorist. He was a scientist of power who learned from the brutal successes and failures of the men around him. To illustrate the eternal battle between prowess and fortune, he gives us two case studies. One, a warning. The other, a blueprint. First, the man of fortune, Cesare Borgia. Borgia was born with a crown. As the son of Pope Alexander VI, he was handed the keys to an empire. His father's position gave him armies, legitimacy, and the near-limitless funds of the papacy. He was handed a kingdom on a silver platter, and he was, for a time, terrifyingly successful. He was handsome, charming, and utterly ruthless, carving out a state in central Italy with breathtaking speed. To the peasant, Borgia looked like a god, but Machiavelli, with his strategist's eye, saw the fatal flaw. Borgia's power was not his own. It was borrowed. It was built entirely on the sands of his father's influence, on fortuna. And even Borgia's own considerable virtue, his ruthlessness and cunning, which Machiavelli himself praised, was not enough to save him. Then, fortune did what it always does. It changed. Pope Alexander VI died. A new pope, an enemy of the Borgia family, took the throne. Instantly, the river of gold and political power dried up. His armies deserted him. His allies turned on him like wolves. Borgia had used his years of good fortune to conquer, but not to build an independent foundation of power that could survive his father. He surfed the wave of fortune, but he never learned how to swim. His empire disintegrated. He was exiled and died an obscure death in a meaningless skirmish. Cesare Borgia is the ultimate warning. Those who rise by fortune alone fall with it. Their success is a brilliant flash that leaves no light. Now, contrast this with the man of prowess, Francesco Sforza. Sforza was born with nothing. He was the son of a mercenary captain. He inherited no lands, no titles, no army. He possessed only his own virtue, his military genius, his strategic mind, and his profound understanding of power. He started as a common soldier, but through sheer competence, rose to become a respected commander. But he was not content to be an employee. Hired by the city of Milan to defend it, Sforza did his job with brutal efficiency. He defeated their enemies. Then, in a masterstroke of prowess, he turned his army on his own employers. He had spent his time not just fighting, but learning the city's power structures and demonstrating his superior competence. He laid siege to Milan, and the people, recognizing his strength, acclaimed him as their new duke. Sforza conquered Milan, not with inherited power, but with his own ability. He built his state from the ground up, brick by brick. The result? Unlike Borgia's fragile kingdom, Sforza's duchy was stable. He founded a dynasty that ruled for nearly a century. He died a powerful ruler in his own bed. The contrast is absolute. Borgia, the man of fortune, was a spectacle who failed. Sforza, the man of prowess, was a builder who endured. He did not get lucky. He made luck irrelevant. He did not wait for power to be given to him. He took it. This is the choice before you. The path of Borgia, hoping for a handout, or the path of Sforza, forging the prowess that makes you inevitable. Section 3. Phase 3. Forging your prowess. Understanding it's not enough. Prowess must be forged in the fire of discipline. Machiavelli's work is a training manual. We can distill it into 3 pillars. Pillar 1. The architect of reality. The first pillar is foresight. The average man reacts. He deals with problems as they arise, a ship without a rudder. This is the mindset of the gambler. The man of prowess is an architect. He knows he cannot control the storm, so he builds a fortress. He prepares for war in times of peace. Machiavelli compares fortune to a destructive river. When the rains come, it floods the planes, and destroys everything. This is how it is with fortune, he writes. She shows her power where there is no prepared prowess to resist her. But what do wise men do? During the calm seasons, they build dikes, dams, and channels. They don't pray for no rain. They prepare for the flood. They turn a destructive force into a productive one through preparation. This is the essence of prowess. In the modern world, this means building systems. The gambler hopes his one job lasts forever. The architect builds multiple income streams, knowing anyone can disappear. The gambler bets on one speculative asset. The architect builds a balanced portfolio designed to withstand chaos. Ask yourself, where are you exposed to the river? Your single source of income? Your reliance on a single skill? A man of prowess identifies these vulnerabilities during the calm and methodically builds his defenses. He does not hope for a gentle river. He prepares for a flood. Pillar 2. The predators, duality. The second pillar is the mastery of duality. It is not enough to be strong. It is not enough to be clever. You must be both. A prince, Machiavelli states, must learn to imitate two beasts, the fox and the lion. The lion is powerful and terrifying. It frightens off wolves. But the lion is simple. It walks into traps. The fox is cunning. It recognizes traps. But the fox is weak. It cannot defend itself from wolves. You must be both. One must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. In the modern world, the lion is your raw competence, your undeniable skill, your ability to deliver results. This is the foundation of your power. Without it, you are all talk. But lion-like strength is not enough. We all know brilliant people who are constantly exploited. They are lions who walk into every trap. They lack the cunning of the fox. The fox is your strategic intelligence, your situational awareness, your ability to read the hidden dynamics in a room, your negotiation skill. The fox knows that sometimes the indirect path is the fastest. It understands a battle won through positioning before it begins is superior to a bloody fight. To forge your prowess, you must train both. Hone your craft relentlessly. Become so good they cannot ignore you. That is your lion. But at the same time, study the game of power. Learn to see the traps. That is your fox. The man who is both a lion and a fox is an unstoppable force. Pillar 3. The currency of fear. This brings us to the third pillar and Machiavelli's most infamous directive. Is it better to be loved or to be feared? His answer is cold and logical. While one would wish to be both, it is much safer to be feared than loved. Before you recoil, you must understand what he means by feared. He's not advocating for cruelty. He immediately qualifies this by stating a ruler must above all avoid being hated. Hatred breeds rebellion, and rebellion is inefficient. So what is this fear? Fear is not terror. It is respect. It is leverage. It is the cold understanding in other people's minds that you are a serious person and that your standards are non-negotiable. His logic is based on a realistic view of human nature. Love, he argues, is held by a link of obligation, which, owing to the baseness of men, is broken at every opportunity for their advantage. People's affection is fickle. They will abandon you the moment it serves them. The loved boss gets taken advantage of. Deadlines are missed because the team knows there are no real consequences. Fear, on the other hand, is maintained by a dread of punishment, which never fails. In our world, punishment is not the axe. It is being fired. It is the loss of a contract. It is the consequence of breaking your word with a powerful figure. Think of it as the currency of control. The leader who is merely loved rules by goodwill, an asset that depreciates to zero. The leader who is respected or feared, has leverage. His team performs not because they are terrified, but because they respect his competence and know that high standards are brutally enforced. This is not about being a tyrant. It's about being effective. Love is an emotion. Respect, backed by consequence, is a stable currency. These three pillars are the foundation for forging your prowess. But applying them requires a complete inversion of your psychology. If you want the blueprint to apply these principles step by step, the link is in the description. Most won't be ready for it. Section 4. Phase 4. The Modern Sovereign. How do you apply this forbidden knowledge? You begin by reframing your entire life as a journey from dependency to sovereignty. Most men begin as employees. Their survival depends on a single paycheck, granted by an employer who can take it away at any moment. This is the definition of living at the mercy of fortuna. The first move of the modern sovereign is to build an independent foundation, just as Sforza did. You stop seeing yourself as an employee and start seeing yourself as you, Inc. Your employer is simply your first client, a training ground where you are paid to sharpen your lion-like skills. While you are there, you build your defenses. You accumulate capital, your war chest. You start a side business. Each step is a move away from reliance and towards a fortress built by prowess. As your empire grows, you practice the second strategy. Hide your strength. In a world of social media flaunting, this is a radical act. Machiavelli warned that a new prince who appears too powerful too quickly invites the envy and attack of his rivals. The tall poppy gets cut. The wise strategist does not flaunt his growing power. He practices quiet authority. He doesn't buy the flashy car. He buys another income-producing asset. Your true power should always be greater than your perceived power. This is the way of the fox. It protects you from the wolves of envy. Finally, the modern sovereign embraces unending adaptation. Prowess is not a static destination. It is a dynamic process. The skills that make you powerful today will be obsolete tomorrow. Fortune, Machiavelli wrote, favors the young, the bold, the adaptable. Prowess is not a set of skills. It is the ability to acquire new skills. It is the psychological ruthlessness to abandon a strategy that is no longer working, to tear down a part of your own empire, to rebuild it stronger. The man of prowess expects the world to change, and he is constantly preparing to pivot and conquer the new landscape. For 5 centuries, the name Machiavelli has been a curse word, used by the comfortable and the weak to demonize the principles of effective power. They do this to keep you from reading the manual. The system is only rigged against the man who refuses to see the real rules of the game. You have been sold a lie, the lie of fortune. The lie that your destiny is out of your hands. This lie keeps you powerless. Machiavelli's secret is the antidote. The secret is that you have a choice. You can be a leaf, blown about by the winds of chance. Or you can decide to build a fortress of prowess. You can become the architect who prepares for the flood. You can become the warrior who is both a lion and a fox. You can become the leader who commands respect, not because of a title, but because of your undeniable competence. This path is not a path of comfort. It demands that you trade the warm illusion of hope for the cold reality of strategy. But it is the only path to true sovereignty. Francesco Sforza proved that a man with enough prowess can forge his own destiny from nothing. The principle is timeless. The opportunity is yours. Stop waiting for fortune. Start building the prowess that makes you inevitable. What is the one area in your life where you have been relying on fortune? And what is the one step you will take this week to begin forging your prowess instead? Let me know in the comments below. Immobile. This opened your eyes. Understand, this is only the beginning. The algorithm suppresses the most powerful information. If you are ready to move beyond the public lessons and into the architect level, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. We have only just begun.